good names are like finding love. If you're just driving along, poof, things come to you. And I was on my way to work back in 2001. I had the wine in barrel. I was about to bottle it, and I didn't have a name. A memory of mine when I was seeing him in Missouri and came to my mind, and I said, Herman Story. That's it. That's my brand name. It fit perfect. I'm just a simple, hard-working guy who didn't make a fortune, made enough to be happy, loved his life, loved old cars, loved the garden, let me drive on the dirt roads when I was 10, and it was just like old school. You know, I was, from moving a lot, I was kind of a class clown and got in trouble, nothing malicious, but just kind of acted up to try to get people to laugh. And moving around really shaped me, I think. And you start to, have to fight to meet people and reinvent yourself. And so when I came to California, California's a brand new game, is what the country song said. I have something to prove every year to my customer, every vintage, every release. I always have to deliver. That's a lot of weight on my shoulders and a lot of weight on everyone's shoulders. And I love the fact that all my customers keep coming back. They almost feel like they're a family, and we don't change our wine style here. If you like our wines in 2005, they're only better now. But are they in the same style? You bet they are. And I'm not changing that style. I'm only trying to make it better. Paso is a relatively new wine region. It's kind of in its infancy stage compared to a lot of wine regions of the world and of Napa and everything else. We're first generation here. And so to have vines that are 20, 22 years old up in anywhere is pretty special. The older vines, they don't produce as high a yield. After about 20, 25 years, they start to diminish on their yield. What we do get has personality and has a soul to it that young vines just don't have, a complexity. Well, I'll tell you, that's the other thing. Old vines are like old people. They want to go to the same restaurant at the same time on Tuesday night. They want to be there at 5:30. They want to sit in table 6. They want Becky as their server, and they're going to the same damn thing. And that's how old vines are. You try to turn the water off and make them stress a little bit. You'll have raisins, And so now I'm very conscious of how we get them to the final stretch. Just finishing flowering, so this one right here is flowering, and this one's finished. So we have a lot of that. We're not quite done. We have big wind days right now, and that can affect flowering sometimes. But on old vines, they're pretty hardy. They've seen it all, and a little bit of wind doesn't hurt them. They've seen it, so. Certain vineyards have a spirit about them. I get fruit from 19 different vineyards. And when you're at a special one, a special place, the energy really helps. And then it makes not only a Herman Story wine, but top Herman Story wine. This is a wine that if you have a celebration, this is the wine you want to open for that time. We get 1 ton an acre. That's a handful of clusters per old vine that we're making this wine with. The berries are pea size. There's very little juice in them, so we get very low yield. Even on 1 ton an acre, we only get 2 barrels. Every drop in that bottle needs to is thought of. Because we get so little and we put so much into it. This is the stock pot full of beef stock reduced to a droplet of something crazy. That's this wine. That is this wine. It's unbelievable, the concentration. With having layers. It's the best wine that I've ever made. It's one of the best wines I've ever tried. And the fact that I made it is really special, really cool. It's all based on the sip. All the big things here are based on one sip, the first sip you have of the wine. And if you like that, you're gonna drink it, you're gonna like it, and it's gonna be an experience.